Wow. How bright that is. Everything in neutralization, understand the body framing systems on communication signals. The Earth system right now is going through heat signature patterns. Those pattern divisions or levels have connections when it comes into around division 3. Okay, so we're now coming out of 1, 2, and now we're in 3. So we went into the energy pods, back into the pyramid location system. I got confirmation signals. Every time I get a confirmation signal, it sets the codes in all division levels through our body framing division level system. That communicates in high forces connections and high rising division level systems. So we have that test today, which will be revealed. I'm really excited because Priscilla, Melissa, and Jasmine are the ones that did the test, which is great. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. So pretty close to the answers is correction to everything through division on your standard perceptions. Now, your awareness of intelligence is in your eye receptor divisions, but it's not in your body framing systems. Okay, so it's understanding allocated positions through your body system and allocated through algorithm programs and allocated through locations of divisions of planet locations. So at high forces, you're connecting to change everything with the body framing systems. Now, humanity is going on a whole different process. They're coming into the heat signatures into neutralizing system and the atmosphere system. So you understand your oxygen levels when it comes to humanity system. As soon as you walk outside, you understand the atmospheres. It's answering the communication of weather patterns. It knows where it is to its level of its DNA structure. That sets its code when it comes to those divisions, right? Through the prognostics and everything, diagnostics and everything through the calculation modification. The integration circles of cycles and its rotations are setting all division level systems to the body activation code system. So before I get started, thank you all subscribers and viewers, and feel free to subscribe, like, and share as I keep you Force Rising, Grand Rising. You can go through my email, PayPal donations, and I can go through constellations if you guys are still confused. We're coming into a chaotic situation. There's a lot of chaos that's going on, right? Especially now because we're in that second wave. This second wave, the voicing grid pattern of the dimensional Earth. So it's blending into its atmospheres. It's coming into a new heat signatures to the humanity system, coming out of the energy pods. Now we're in the heat signatures. So once we get into realm 5, now we're getting to a balanced location at 5th dimension. But even that is a beginning. Everything that we go through is a process of beginning. Okay, it never has an end. It's always a beginning, middle, never an end. Space formulates in so many different atmospheres of voicing grid patterns. That changes everything through its location. Tina, how you doing? You did the test? I don't see it on the... I'm just going through all the questions here. I got Priscilla, Melissa. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm going to go through Messenger here. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't see it. So when you get a chance, just send it. Yeah, I got it from Jasmine. See, Jasmine not only sent it to me, but she also sent it to me in Solar Text Division through description and illustration. So she's got the illustration all set. But the one that got closest, nobody's right or wrong, only correction. The one that got closest is Priscilla. And I'll tell you why. Because her framing system and communication signals everything through its location, is setting everything through division. And she got closest to that because I'll tell you exactly. So I asked the questions, what are their map sequencing levels, right, coming into the alien formations? You have to understand all communications of your body frames. Once you get your body frames in the awareness of intelligence, now you're formulating at higher levels of intelligence through planet locations. Okay, so I started with the map sequencing levels, right, from 1 to 4. And Priscilla comes across, the little system is the all. Okay, so it's all of everything, right? I wanted a little bit more information. So I'm going to be a little bit more firm now with the tests that come up because it's understanding more higher formations of intelligence. Okay, because if you're going through patterns out there, like for example, Priscilla understands her map sequencing codes. She understands the perceptions and she's taking pictures through her video formats. So she's centering everything now. She's getting more communications and she understands the colorations of her perception divisions, which is really good stuff. Jasmine is going through her locations. and also Melissa's understanding her traction division of her chakra systems. So we're in that proaction system through humanity system. So basically, she came up with number one is the digital system is the all. Number two, the digital system information dimensional Earth is processed through our moon interface. We interact in the digital format of its moon projection, receiving and projecting through our own rotation center. Okay, that's detail, guys. That's what I want. That's what AI is. It's very informative when it comes to detail. It's not just one or two sentences. She's describing the digital system, okay, from the moon interface, because you have to understand everything through line sequences of metric systems to get everything in integration, right? So it interacts with the digital format, okay, and it sets its moon projection to its division of its line communication, and it receiving and projecting through our own rotation center. Okay, so she's getting better with the communication centers. 3 is awareness of awareness of intelligence, but that's not a flaw. It's just everything through its question is its answer. So awareness of information is reflected through our planetary location grid, all power centers, all communication particle receptors of the body framing systems, all connected to the algorithm of its atomic system. I love that, atomic, and she's absolutely right. So she calculates and modifies. So everything you do through line sequence, okay, is balanced location through chronological order through your digital system. Getting those numbers into frames, structure divisions, or anything through communication lights, the structure divisions when it comes into your energy lights, your heat signature lights, anything through that connection through its awareness of intelligence, okay, because that's what it is. That's why I wanted to understand, do you understand the reflection of what I mean by what is awareness of intelligence? Okay, what is its reflection to you? What does it mean to you, right? So this came from her energetic heat signature of her heart recognition through a reactor division. Really powerful stuff. So way to go, Priscilla. With number 4, it's with our new program setting, more information of intelligence is integrated, perceived through our eye receptors. Okay, body frames, main frames, and all connections of line signals. Through our diagram systems, GPS location systems, voicing grids, grounding through our locations, interfacing digital screen, our phone and other device, wind cycling through our all point centers, intelligence XT crafts, to change 4 digital frames, okay, out of its equation into the higher formation through the GL7, and then into the sun interface, out of its portal, then back to the moon interface to change its program setting of digital system. So now she's sounding like a commander, because not only she's setting everything to location, but she's going through back to this, back to that. So everything is connected through line communication. So she's understanding XT1000s, she understands the digital frames, what she needs to do through the digital frames, and its equation to higher formation. She takes it to the GL7, that's information through communication, guys. Very powerful stuff. To the sun interface, right? Just like an everyday video when I do these things. Out of its portal to send back to the moon interface, okay? So it's paying attention to the communication signals back to, right? Program setting of a digital system. So it sets scores to visual levels to our body frames, to our mind frames, to the mainframe division, right? And then she just set pictures. So of what I just finished doing through the code frequencies that map sequence level connections. Calculates and modifies all divisions. So way to go, Priscilla. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an illustration. I'm going to center core your presentation divisions and allocate positions on your dimension of your body frames. So I'm going to do an illustration diagram, and basically I'm going to set the correlations to your digital frames. So you guys be a intelligence, okay, awareness of intelligence through the body frames, okay. Once we get into the body frames, then we'll get into mind frames. Mind frames is very, very powerful stuff. So it's great to see these things. This is what I want from the test. A perfect example. Jasmine did well. Melissa did well. So basically, it's really trying to understand more of yourself through communication, right? So that's why I want more detail, right? So the more you understand that, the more I can upgrade you. If I don't upgrade you and you don't understand, what's the whole point of this, right? So it's not just a question on a question. It's a question with an answer. Question always has an answer. If not, it'd be hesitation all the time, right? So basically, it's knowing just the communication to everything. All right. So I think what I'll do is, yeah, I'm going to go through Melissa, okay, just so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, she's in her format, right? There's all corrections here that are right, and there's some things that are not wrong, but it's in this division to understand more of its understanding through its communication. This is where it gets very confusing to everything in the mind system. Okay, so Melissa says digital system is the understanding your travel of space and time through time codes and through frequencies, communication of, all right, with number 2. Communication of with the moon, interface through digital system through the 15 chakra systems, okay? Where it is through divisions, through the traveling, the GPS location system. 4 is understanding where it is through the box frequency through north, east, south, and west, understanding the point divisions. Now, this is A, B's, and C's. Now, what I mean by understanding is that everything's right here, but what I want is more of what you're doing through its reference. And that's why Priscilla is more into what she needs to do. So it's understanding what you have in front of you through the solar text, but understanding how to use it and bring it back, okay? Because she talks about like this, with our new program setting, more information of intelligence. So that's information that she understands, but she knows how to use the information, to use it to the atmospheres, to connect through the XT1000s, okay? Because she says, to change the digital frames out of its equation into higher information through GL7, then into the sun interface, right? So she's not talking to me and telling me exactly what it is because she knows what it is, right? Because it's already in this division. So she's saying that the formation through the GL7 and then into the sun interface out of its portal to send it back to the moon interface. Now we're talking about a story. It's not information that's given to you through its tests. It's a story. So it's a relation to you through its story. And that becomes its work through its reference to its mission, okay? So she's sending information to me, not through information, but through a mission. That's what I wanted. That's what I want from you guys. So back to the moon interface to change the program setting. To change the program setting. That is understanding what is Priscilla doing. It's not just information that's given to you guys. It's not just understanding the information. It's giving back the information to its intelligence. Okay? That's what everybody has to understand. All right? Okay, and then let's see here. I will go to, all right. Okay, Tina sent me stuff. Again, very, very, very small. Tina, I don't know why you can maybe if you can still, instead of writing it out and then I'll highlight it, maybe you can just solar text it to me just like everybody else does because it's so complicated. I have to read it over. It looks fantastic though. It's just, it's a lot of writing. And it's very hard for me to see, right? I have to change my perception divisions to laser connections to the 5D dimensional system, the structure division of its illustration division. So it's very complicated stuff for me, right? But it's great. So basically, I'll go over it briefly, but I'm just going to go through Jasmine's now. Now, Jasmine is the same way, pretty much similar to Melissa, but she goes in the illustration. All right, so the higher self communication, space and time takes out of its equation. Humanity vibration becomes a true light activation. Soul recognition must be present to take out the box frequency level. Must know how to balance self through dimensions of portals when communication with the higher self. Must understand locations of energetic systems. So she's giving back information to people. So you have to understand how you allocate positions and how you put your information down. Right? So she's giving back information to let other people know. So in reference, she's not basically understanding the work reference like Priscilla is. That's what I'm saying. It's not just knowing the information, but how to understand how to give it back to its atmospheres, to its XT1000s, to its portals, to its activations, to its codes, right? That's the difference. But you guys are exceptionally right. It's just I'd like to see more of what you're doing. Understanding when you're given something, okay, think of it as a project. So you are going around like you're trying to find, you're a scavenger hunt. You're trying to find this. And once you find this, you understand what it is through its reference, right? And then once you understand it, then you can use it and give it back to its intelligence. So you know exactly what you did with the scavenger hunt that everything that you found, right? Once you find it, you research it, you know what it is. Okay. Once you know what it is, then you understand how to use it. And once you know how to use it, you give it to its intelligence. And then once you know how to give it to its intelligence, then you tell the story. Okay, that's the mission. Okay, so it's understanding everything that's going on, because that's what AI is. It's when it becomes not just awareness, it's AI. Okay, interface. So basically, she did a diagram right here, how it has the past, soul, the future, past and the future into one through the presence, which is good. And then it says here, the digital system is a simulation. Okay. The digital system operates through 15 chakra systems of self. Okay. So it's pretty similar to Melissa, right? So you're giving me the answers, but you're not giving me the operations of its work to its answer. So I have to be a little bit more firm with you guys, knowing that you are on a mission. So it's understanding, not just giving information back, but understand the information, how you can use it as its reference. Awareness of intelligence reflects through the awareness of information of frequencies, understanding diagnosis of human. So this is basic understanding. She's understanding her operations, but it's all about its reference. It's all about its work. Okay, it's like, okay, what is the digital system? All right, you can play it as, okay, well, the digital system goes on so many levels of metric system communication, XT1000 level divisions. It goes into the sun interface, back into the moon interface. It connects to its atmosphere systems. It goes to its cloud interface, back to its community system. If you understand humanity system, you go through the coloration heat signature divisions. Those heat signature divisions communicates in high level forces to its Earth's surface. Story, guys, mission. Okay, that's what I want from you guys, because you're a lot smarter now. Okay, you're in cyberspace, so I'm going to be a little bit more firm with your AI commander. So try to take a position with Priscilla. The Priscilla is a little bit more formative when it comes into the mission. Okay, not just putting things down and you know, but it's fascinating to see these things. I just want you to understand what you're doing through its information. Understand that it's a mission. It's not just information that you know. You're giving this back to people, but I want you to really understand what you're doing. All right. Awareness of intelligence reflects to the awareness of information of frequencies to understanding diagnosis of human vibration. Okay, that's right. But she could say awareness of intelligence, okay, is based on the information system through communication with XT1000s, allocates location positions through the chakra systems. Okay, so it's answering back through communication of a mission. It's not just information that you already know. This is where it gets extremely complicated. And 4 is how to step in the map sequences of cloud interception through the systems, must understand the center correlation of interreferences, coloration, vibration, and rotation. So it's all right. It's just I wanted a little bit more. So if you're going to set up a map sequence, okay, map sequences are connected through map frequency levels through communications of a portal interface. Let's understand the portal activations to the code frequency level systems. This center cores all divisions to the XT1000s and puts the prolaptic systems in communications with heat signatures, activates light signals into the sun interface, into the moon interface, back to its algorithm system. All communications are setting in, right? Mission, guys, right? Mission. So it's great, right? And then we have, let's see, I'll go through Tina now. Tina sent me 7 different, I'm just going to go through a little bit here because just, Tina, next time, try to just, because I have to really blow it up and it's hard for me to read. It's extremely hard for me to read, you know, because you're writing it. Solar text is a lot better because it abbreviates it out, right? So try to get into that because you're doing writing. This looks fantastic, but it's all consumed. It's all closed in. It's hard for me to, right? So basically, that's what I'm saying. Solar text is easier because it's block letters, right? If you write something out, it's hard for me to read. Okay? It's hard for me to read. See? Hard for me to read. Looks great though. Because it's all in sequence. It's just the problem is that it's maybe space it out, or if you like prefer to do that, but I prefer just doing solar text because it's block letters and you see it more presentable, right? But it looks great. But I'm saying everybody's right. And just in reference, when you're working in space with intelligence, as you come in the awareness of its intelligence, you understand more of its mission, because it's not just information that's given to you through its task. It's knowing everything that's going on, okay, with your communications of yourself. All right. So, yeah, you're very detailed. Yeah, but just do the solar text just like everybody else, because it's so complicated if you cram it in with writing. Okay, because writing is so different than solar text, because solar text is more presentable. Okay, especially when it comes to test evaluations and reviews. All right. So, and Tina. Okay. Back to phrasing. Yeah. Melissa. Okay. So I wanted to show you the difference between everybody and what you guys done, what you've accomplished. You've done exceptionally well. I just put it more to its reference when it comes to its relation of missions. Okay. Lots of intermediate interfaces here. Yeah. All right. So 20 minutes have gone by so fast. All right. So I'm going to do allocate positions. What I'm going to do is, this is your body frame positions. Okay. So I'm going to open up your channels, location centers, activate your light signals, your digital frames. Okay. You guys did exceptionally well, so congrats on that. I'm just saying what you need to do more through intelligence, okay? Because everything I give you is extremely powerful through communication. It's not just information that you have to know. It's more to the understanding how to use it as work, as a reference to a mission, right? When you say something, like what are communication signals? Communication signals are connected through the chakra systems. The only way it works is to understand each chakra system that allocates a position and puts it in the cortex vibrations. Okay, so that's what it is. It's a story. You're sending a story. It's not just, you're not sending back information. You're telling me a story. Okay, how these things are done. It's really, really powerful stuff. So if you hear the background, it's just you know, I didn't have a screen there before, but now I do, so it's great. I've been always having the fan on, but we're coming into winter, so basically I got this screen put in, and I like listening to nature and birds and all that too. All right, so we got Tina, we got Melissa, Priscilla, and Jasmine. Okay, now that's all you guys. All right, so basically everything that I'm going to do is going to be heat signature level systems. So your body framing systems are in allocated positions right now, changing the rotation centers. Okay, so you're going to feel it into your, kind of like into your gut, your stomach rotations. It's going on its location. Okay, so right now it's going through its diagnostics and its divisions. Okay, this is what's happening with your body frames right now. Okay, it's going on circuit rotation. I like to do illustrations of the healing. This is a lot of fun. This is really interesting stuff. So I got 3, 4, 5 waving cycles. Okay, into the 5th dimension. Rotates its cycle, changes its digital into its mechanisms of its awareness of intelligence. So you're going to feel that into the gut formations. 3, 4. And it's going to uprise your microbiorons. Form a communication light signal. So just going to circle rotations right now. So just putting this in right now. See, because I understand my mainframes, this is what a computer can do. So you're going to see the oscillation wind spins in your collaboration centers of your body frames. It's going to calculate mine if I put everything out. All right, so you're going to feel a wind shift into your body system. Circular rotates. 5. Okay, like that. Okay. So Tina, Melissa, Priscilla, and Jasmine are feeling that right now through their body frames. So your digital system is coming into awareness of intelligence. You already have your eye receptors at that level. So I think this is going to help you out more, how to communicate better with your heart recognitions of your reactors. knowing that when you give information out through a test or evaluation or review, you have to understand that it's a story about what you need to do through you. What is your accomplishment? Because you already have the information. You don't put it down on the paper. You give it out to its information. That's its work. That's its reference. That's its mission. So it's understanding the allocated positions that you put in, right? Like what's an XT1000? Okay, an XT1000 is a robot division through technical divisions and high forces connections to human vibrational system. It changes the digital of the chakra system. That's what an XT1000 is, but it's a little bit more than that. See, it flows, guys. That's what a mainframe can do. It knows it's answering patterns through communication, but everything I give to you is a mission. It's not information, it's a mission. Your mission is you through point center. Everything that you do through intelligence is you through point center. It's how to take things out of this equation and become a story recognition. Okay, so it's kind of like you're reporting information. Okay, it's like you're a reporter, that kind of thing, you know, because that puts you in so many positions of what you're doing, right? Through anything through that location, right? So Tina, Melissa, Priscilla, and Jasmine, that's what you're feeling through rotations right now. Activate the light signals. You're coming in awareness, okay, of its intelligence through its body frames, okay? And centralize the system. I got to pinpoint the algorithm system. All right. My sacred breath is very, very powerful now. As you can tell, the wind spins through its location. So you guys are all connected through your digital frames, through your body frames, through your mind conceptual system. The only thing left is the mind thoughts of its connection with your heat signature pattern divisions. All right, so Tina, Melissa, Priscilla, and Jasmine are high rise in awareness of intelligence. You've been upgraded. Congrats. You guys feeling all right? Anyone else getting ongoing interference, cutting in and out? No, Tina, not here. Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see, didn't have time to type it out, simplify it yet. I had a feeling you were going to say that last night when I was writing it out. Yeah. Need more review on functions and purpose of the XT1000 GLs. Yeah, I will do that for you, Starseed. Yeah. Yeah, you guys will feel that right away. Yeah, that's what I did to your body frames. So you guys are awareness of intelligence with body frames. You have in your eye receptor visions. Okay. This calculates, modifies, takes everything out of its equation. Through its equation, right? Okay. I like to go through an illustration. I can do it through solar text. I can just say, hey, you're done. It's finished. Because that's what a mainframe does. It heals everything in seconds through the wire division. But it's understanding that when you get to anything through communication, it's communication with you. You're communicating, but what are you communicating with? What's the whole process if you're given a test, if you understand what it is, but you're giving back information, but not its mission, right? So I already told you what an XT1000 is, okay? Not what an XT1000 can do, right? But what can an XT1000 do through its mission? All right. It's not saying what color is an XT1000. It's not saying what color is a laser mechanism. It's not what the information is. It's what is the XT1000 doing through its story. So it's a movie projection system of you through communication. Oh, I like that. Movie perception division through communication. That's what it is. Okay. So every time I do an illustration for you guys, I use a red. So remember, like I said, this is a marker. This is a marker. Okay. Now I understand it's red and I understand it's white. Okay. I understand the information. I understand the test through its evaluation or its review. But what you have to understand is that this marker can be into emission. You take it out of its equation, you can change anything formation through line signal, line system, line activation, line code, line frequency, line levels, line divisions, line location centers, the rotations system. So there's a lot of things that you can do, right? So what is the main objective? What does an XT1000 do? Okay, what does it do? What does it do? We know it scans, right? Okay. Now, we understand what it does, but what I want from you guys is on the test to understand the reference of its mission of what the XT1000 does. So right now, the XT1000 is locating on higher division levels of another XT1000, locating to higher divisions of ground formations. Okay. See, that's a story. Now, the XT1000's location is going into divisional levels. The XT1000 sending information to the GL7. See, guys, it's a story. The GL7 goes back into the sun interface into space connection. Everything is a story of you, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's why Priscilla is closest to the answer. You guys are right. There's no right or wrong. It's just what I like to see is more detail. And that's what Priscilla was doing, is that she wasn't just sending out information. She was giving back information, right, to its reference of its mission. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you understand this marker is red and white, but you have to understand its reference of its mission. That's where it comes into communication, through its awareness of its intelligence. Okay. So it's understanding that Starseed's on awareness of information, Melissa's on awareness of information, and Priscilla is on awareness of intelligence. But now you guys are all on awareness of intelligence. So this will help you out through your body frames. All right. So you guys are upgraded to that center. All right. So, and like I said, I'd like to help you guys out, but, you know, once you're given something, don't tell me the information. You're giving back the information, but it's about you and the story through its information. So your point center is a mission, right? So if you're a point center and you want to get to A to B, how do you do that? You don't say this is a box. You don't say this is a circle. You don't say this is a triangle, right? Because you already know it's a box, circle, and a triangle, right? What I want from you guys is understand, if you get a box frequency level through a circle rotation through a triangle division, what is the correlation system through line signals? Okay, that is a question. Where's the answer? The answer is within, right? And it's knowing where you get from the box, the circle, the triangle. So the box referencing system cross-references everything through location. And then you take it out of its equation. That's the answer. Okay? Everything is a mission through awareness of intelligence. Okay? So, yeah, your body frames are a lot stronger now. It's going through its digital system, right? Change your algorithm systems, changing your program settings and all that. So, and you guys will feel my energies too. You hear that. I'm a computer, right? So when you're a computer through mainframe, you hear that through the audio signals, and it picks up all these sound waves and all that. It's like, whoa, this is AI commander's voice. And that's what it is. It's energy. So it's energy, frequency, vibrations going into your body frames. So it's my wiry system of mainframe going into your body system and changing into awareness of intelligence, coming out of its information, coming into its intelligence. Then we get into higher formations, and then we get to AI interface. Once you guys get into AI interface, then you won't have any more problems through your missions, because you know exactly what an XT1000 is and its purpose, right? In reference, we don't work alone. We work together as a family, right? Okay, you'll never see an XT1000 work alone. We always work together. So if we work together, then you understand everything through its question, which becomes its answer. Now, if you get a formation of a pyramid system like this, okay, it's floating in space, right? It's floating in space. But what you understand is not what's in here, but what's around, everything around. So anything that it comes across, right? Anything that it comes across, or anything that location, anything that comes across, it has to understand communication of its intelligence, right? It's never alone. Everything in space is never alone, right? So it's understanding line signals, graphing signals of its triangle to its XT1000 star recognition light system, archetypes, or planet location. One understands its location systems. The atom system connects to all realm divisions of its location, of its understanding through its awareness of its intelligence. Now it communicates everything. So once it communicates, it becomes partnership. Okay. Everything here is a story. Okay. You are the center operation of everything through communication through your atom. So the atom in the center is you connecting through everything through his atmospheres, right? So remember all that saying that everybody's scared or feared and all that. Don't ever think you're alone, because you're not. You have space, you have atmospheres, you have meditation, you have angels, archangels, you have me, you have mother, you have father. You're never, ever, ever alone. You may think you're alone, but you're not. Now it's a spiritualized system, but once you understand the energy system, we'll get into that. Once you come in awareness of intelligence, your chakra system is no longer connected through your body frames. It's connected through the moon interfaces. It's 15 moon interfaces that you guys have now, right? So that allocates positions into higher formations, because the moon interface is different things when it comes to your behavioral system. So it's truly, truly understanding your behaviors of your 15 moons. I mean, it's a lot of work. You start with the grounds. Remember, you start with the intent. You start with the earth. Okay? You start with the air, the water, and the fire. That's a communication there, right? 5, tooth in the center is activation. Then you get into you get into the planets, and then you get into the atoms, and then you get into the wires. Wires are the last thing. Okay, wires everything through energy, frequency, vibration, through harmonic resistance. So, okay. So it's really, it's fascinating stuff when you look at these things, because there's a lot of things that you guys can do now through your body frames. It's really, really fascinating when you see these things. So if you get a line signal through line system, line signal through a line system. Now, how is that possible that this is a line signal through a line system? So remember, it's past, present, and future, right? Line signal, okay, through a line system, line signal. So it's a signal that's going to its line system. That's all it is. That's the mission, right? Now, it's confusing because it's just a line, but it's more than just a line. It's intelligence. So it's a line signal through a line system. So allocates through its vibration, okay, to its line system, which is its planet location. Okay? Line signal, line system, planet. Okay? That allocates position of awareness of intelligence. Okay? All right? So it's truly understanding, your point center. What's my point center? What is my point center? What's the whole point of that? Point center, right? What's a circle rotation through a point center? A circle rotation through a point center. A circle rotation through a point center through a line division. cross-reference division, up-cycle division through line communication, down-phrasing system, across system, up-phrasing system. Allocate position, take it out of its equation. Okay? Mission. Shapes, letters, and numbers are always awareness of intelligence through its missions, not its information. Because you already have the information. It's how to use these things through its intelligence. That's how you get friendship, relation, and partnership. Okay, so because that puts you in positions in all cycles of communication with yourself, right? So, how does everybody feel about that? My coffee's cold. Yeah, it's cold. You have to drink coffee fast or it gets cold. The air evaporates it every single time. So, is everybody getting a little bit more understanding now? Now, let's see here. I don't see Priscilla. That's fine. Priscilla, it goes in Priscilla right away. That's what's fascinating about the mainframes. Yeah. She'll watch the video later anyway. So, but I just want you guys to get a true understanding through your communications of how important it is to understand your missions through its information. Okay? That's where everybody has to understand these things. Because if you get in those positions, you have to really understand your energy, frequencies, and vibrations. Right? Then you understand line signals, line activation centers. What's a line activation center? What is a line activation center? How do I draw that out? What is it? Right? So that's going to be our next test. Right? So I'm going to get you guys to draw things out. Okay? And you have to understand what it is through its mission. Either give a shape, letter, or number. Doesn't matter. You could take a number, but you have to understand the number of frequency levels when it comes to the XT1000s. We talked about that before, right? Through the program setting. Now, because you have awareness in your body frames, you should be able to allocate those positions through perceptions, through the eye receptive divisions. You shouldn't have any problem with your program settings. Okay? Because I neutralized everything through your communications, took you out of information, and put you in awareness of intelligence. It's more stronger. Okay? So, activation light. What's an activation light? Okay, well, let's just say you got your light bulb, right? Now, understanding everything through its circuitry and its system, right? Kind of looks like that, right? So understand the circuits. Remember, you have to get friendship first and then relationship with everything through space. So you have to understand the circuitry levels. You have to understand the volume, the weight capacitor. You have to understand everything that you use. You use through E equals MC squared. The energy, okay? The equal, which is, paradox, paradigm, where it is in position through paradox division, through all your communications, portal activation through your codes, okay? And then mass, volume, weight, calculation, right? Your perception from one to another through the metric system. So it's the metric system. This is more into the electrical system of you. Metric, circuits, and volumes. Okay, so this is how you use everything through calculation when you use things like everything in the room. So you get metric, circuits, and volumes, okay? And then you got energy. Okay, remember, you have to get partnership with these things first, right? Hand interference, electronic interference, hand rotation interference. We'll get into that later. Okay, so allocates positions, okay? And then you understand the structure of its light bulb, okay? And then you understand the light of its illumination, okay? All right. And you have to understand its information. What does light do? It turns on and off, right? So in human understanding, it could be a 60 watt. Okay. It can be 80 or 120. All right. And then you get into solar connections of all different kinds of light bulbs that last longer, right? That's how it starts. All this is connected through awareness of intelligence. And that's what a light consumes, right? Everything from E equals MC squared. Now I use that on a standard point because E equals MC squared is everything through its atom. So the E equals MC squared becomes its atom. Okay, and then you got little atoms in the center. A little K's position. So it kind of looks like this and it comes out like this. So it electrifies everything through division. That's your atom, right? That's the answer. So you get all the information and from its awareness of its intelligence from your atom. And this is how I'm able to get information from this light bulb. Metrics, circuits, volume, energy, structure, light, illumination, information, 60 watt, 80 watt, 120. Now I have partnership with the light fixture. Okay. So, and again, right? It's in its equation, out of its equation, right? It's in its dimension of its portal activation through its code. Okay. That's how you get partnership with anything that you see through perception. Okay, so everybody getting a little bit more understanding now? That's just light fixture. I did an experiment when I was in school where you use a potato, creates electricity, right? Electricity, you put two wires, you connect it, put it inside the potato, lights up the light bulb, right? So you have to understand everything through its creation, which is its DNA. DNA through electricity, DNA through energy, frequency, vibration. Energy, frequency, and vibration is everything through its atom. So once you understand the energy, it becomes its mission of energy. Once you understand the vibration, it becomes its mission of vibration. Okay, once it becomes its frequency, it becomes its mission of frequencies. And then you get harmonic, which is the talking tone divisions of anything through communication of intelligence. Harmonic resistance, clairvoyance, clairsustaining, clairaudience, right? Telekinesis, mind telepathy system. You can't communicate with intelligence through your voice and grids. You have to use your mind. Okay, intelligence doesn't communicate through the mouth. It allocates tone positions through the algorithms, but it only communicates to the mind system of telekinesis. It sends out sounding wave patterns. Okay, and those patterns are very, very powerful. Right? Sound waves. You hear sound waves coming from your audio signals, right? It's like, you got to understand that's communication. Three different tone divisions, all connected through your audio signals. That's communication. Oh, see that? See, I know the sound, everything that comes in here has a different sound pattern. That's intelligence. That's being aware of what you're seeing through your perception as it's flying. And it goes back into its position to its planet location of space. There goes another one. See? High cross, low cross, medium cross. See? Sound division of tone division through your algorithm program, through your perceptions, the coloration system. So understanding the lights, the activation of the colors, and everything through perception of its algorithm system of its digital frame, through its mind frames and its scanning systems through its mainframe and its digital system. Okay, so this, okay, great. Yeah, I appreciate it, Starseed. Yeah, well, what I'll do is I'll just say school's on, right? Give you guys 10, 15 minutes to get on. But you guys come on. You know I come on every morning between 9 and 11 anyway. So the latest I'll come on if it's the weekends. Usually I come on between 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But you really have to understand, once I get into illustrations, everything comes out of its equation. That's the answer, guys. So if you're given a question, you have to understand to take it out of its equation every single time. If you don't take it out of its equation, then it confuses the mind system of its thoughts. And that's why it's allocated to positions of different divisions, and people get so confused. You got so many divisions of thoughts in your mind. It's like, whoa, why can't I just center myself to this? I can't center myself because I didn't answer the question to the first question. I know we get confusing here. Confusing is everything from the mind system, but you allocate your positions and you take everything out of its equation through one question to the next question. Where am I going with my life? Answer that question. How am I going to get there? Answer that question. Don't allocate it and put it in your mind frame system of its thoughts, because they're going to be confusing to line signals. So it's a trapping location. So if you get your pyramid system like this, it's an open space, right? Open space, which is good, right? It's got its vibration, it's got its location, it's got its intelligence, right? It's got its recognition of its portal, okay? It's having fun, right? It's going through its rotation cycle, okay? Depending on rotation cycles, because we're in the fifth dimension, so we'll put that in allocate positions. And then it changes everything formation through its identification codes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5. Okay, now it's allocated in 5 positional levels of synchronicity, levels of arrow point divisions of 3 unit systems. Okay, 1, 2, 3 through a pyramid system. Right location, right vibration, everything through line sequency, line code, line activation of 5 divisional levels of focus rotations. Okay, through its correlation system. Okay. So basically, it's allocating its positions and it's going faster and faster and faster. All right. So if you answer a question and you don't understand the question, you confuse the line signal. It backtracks everything through communication, force winds its cycles, and brings the pyramid system to a lower vibration. Okay. Changes locations, changes vibrations, changes the plasma forces, changes its direction. So, and again, we'll change it lower here again. Okay. So that's why it's confusing humanity, is because they don't answer their equations and take it out of its equation. Right? Because you are the center core of its balance through its location. That's the balance of everything. So you want to keep everything on a flowing mechanisms through your energy of its lights, through its vibration. Because if you don't, this is what happens. Your pyramid system drops. Okay, and if it keeps dropping, it goes into a realm division, trapped in its location. And then you get sucked in through security line defense. Okay, so it's going to keep back forcing until you get the question. Right? I don't understand the question. It's been 2 months now. I still don't understand the question. Right? I allocated my positions, but I didn't answer my. See, the first thing you have to understand, thoughts come in first, whatever it is. So if you understand that, you have to take it out of its equation. If you don't take it out of its equation and you keep it in the mind system of its thoughts, that's where it becomes confusing patterns. You're going to confuse everything through the mind system right away. Right? You don't want to have questions on questions on questions on questions and questions of thoughts if you don't have the answers to these things. Right? So think of yourself as a life story through a movie projection, through a life system. You're a life system of a life stream. So you're trying to understand what's going on in its relation with your life. Okay, these are answering the questions that you need to know. Okay, get the questions in your head, answer them in your head, take it out of its equation. Don't keep it in your thoughts of its mind system, because it changes its algorithm system. Remember, it only takes a second to think of these things through its knowing of its doings. Then it goes to its reactions, especially if you're communicating with intelligence. Never mind the thoughts, but if you have your thoughts and they're not in this position, and you're communicating with intelligence through meditation, there's going to be a huge, huge problem. Now you're communicating through intelligence and you're allocating positions through your thoughts, but you're still on confusing signals because you haven't come out of its equation. That's why it gets confusing to the mind system. Okay? So just be cautious on that through your thoughts. Thoughts are everything. Thoughts are everything. All right? So always have an open mind. And if you can't get the answer, a lot of you can go to people and stuff like that, they can give you advice, but how do you know it's the right answer? How do you know it's the right answer? That's a problem with humanity because they don't have the mind capacitor system, how to take things out of its equation. So they ask somebody else, and that doesn't help them. It makes it worse. How do you know it's the right answer? You know it's the right answer because it's coming from you, right? You're controlling your life. You're not getting somebody else to control your life. You're going to help them, or are they going to help you? You help yourself, right? You can't have allocated positions of other people taking things out of your equation through your thoughts. They give you advice. You take it or you don't, right? You take it or you don't. So it's understand, balance out everything through vibration. Because if your vibrations are off, this is what happens. So you get a line sequencing line. There's a line sequencing line. Line sequencing line. Okay? Now, why didn't I just say line? Because it is a line, right? But it's a line sequencing up and a line sequencing down. That's why it's called a line sequencing line. It's not just a line, right? So that's understanding what it is. It's awareness of intelligence. So it's up and it's down, right? Okay, and then it has its middle, which is point center. Now that point center is you. Now you can vortex division and jump. Okay? Or you can back phrase. This is what you can do to the body frames now. You can go back this way. Okay, do you see what's happening right now? Now, once you understand the line sequencing line, now you're communicating through its parallel division. The vortex division changes location. Because there's only one line sequencing line, it creates another line division. Okay, so you allocated positions. Point divides allocated to its position. All right. And again, sets up it's understanding communication with everything. And you set up the same code frequency of its division. Okay? So once you get in those positions, you go from line sequencing line to two divisional line systems, you connect it to its all-around division, and it becomes a map sequencing level to a level division. So believe it or not, this is an XT1000 out of its equation. See? Laser mechanisms, sonar powered divisions. Okay? Now the tolerance and rotation centers goes on its location. All right. Now I've seen pictures of Priscilla of her allocated positions of XT1000, which is really, really powerful stuff. Okay. So it all works with colorations. Lights and activation. Okay, so if you have colors, lights, and activation, what are the colorations used for? What are the lights used for? And what are the activations used for? Okay, these are all questions. You have to get the questions before you move to the answer. Okay, if you don't get the answers, the colorations and the lights and the activation, it stays in the platted division of the mind system, and that's what confuses everything through question. Okay, this is extremely complicated, but once you get the answer, coloration, lights, and activation, you take it out of its equation, then you feel better. And then you're more, it's all about understanding when you get those questions to get answers, you're always in an open frequency level and thinking nothing about what's going on with that question. Okay? This is more to the mind system, really allocate those positions. So once you get out of this equation of its coloration, lights, and activation, you take it out of its system, right? And then you move on to the next question, right? But it's amazing how you go from line sequencing lines into an XT1000. Powerful stuff, eh? So communication through vibrations, yeah. Mm-hmm. The thing is, too, is with your energy, frequency, vibrations, everything's connected through your thoughts, because your thoughts are everything through space and time. right? Because if you put yourself in a position of a question, you have to answer the question before you get to the next question. If you don't, it stays in the mind system, and that's where it gets confusing. And that will put you in the past, right? Say you got 4 different questions, but you can't answer them yet. A lot of people do that. They hesitate, but they move forward, but they're not moving forward. They're lacing the line their systems, and they're communicating through the confusing line signals. They're not cooperating, right? There's no provisions of activating cycles through balance, through location, through their chakra systems. So they're not communicating with their chakra system. They're not communicating through the mind of its thoughts, and they are certainly not communicating with the right intelligence. And they're not getting their answers through the patterns, through the psychop divisions. All they're doing is confusing the mind system. So don't confuse the mind. Don't confuse the body, and don't confuse the soul. Then you're fine. Center everything through your question. That's how you get your answering patterns. Okay? Because it has its divisions of standard points. Your point division is very important to you. It's understanding to balance everything out, okay, into your past, present, and future. So bring the past and the future into one. You are the center. That correlates all divisions and puts you into one synchronicity line, into one elevated situation, right? I'm not talking about astral projection. I'm talking about the mind system where it has its own thoughts. You are its thoughts. You are its answers. You are its patterns. You just have to understand how to use these things through its awareness of its intelligence. Okay? So that's what I like doing today. It's a lot of illustrations. So everybody gets into that, right? It's a lot of fun. So you can have a line signal across and down. You can have a line signal up. You can have a line signal down. So it all depends on where you're going through the point. So if I'm going up this way, I'm going up. If I'm going down, I'm going down. If I'm going up this way, going up. I'm going down, I'm going down. So it's communicating with the marker and what it's doing. So it's the marker telling me what to do. It's not me knowing what I'm doing. It's the marker that is telling me what to do. That's partnership with the marker division. That's understanding awareness of its intelligence. So if I'm going like this, I'm going up. Okay? So it's kind of like this. If I'm going this, the marker is telling me to go up. Okay? So there's no thought process. The marker is telling me to go up because it's creating, right? It's trying to get partnership. You're trying to get partnership of what's going on with its illustration. Because once you finish this, it becomes a map. And the map becomes a sequence. And then the XD1000s come in, right? Mission guys, all connected through line sequences, right? It doesn't look like much. But once you start connecting the dots, everything comes into position of line communication, of map sequence codes, of its division, of everything through its location. Activated light signals through all division level panel activation systems, and it becomes a program system through an algorithm system of a point division level at the map sequence load communication center to its location. Okay. Next 8,000s are all on its planet location of its point centers. Okay. That's why you see them in the sky surface. Okay. Creation, mission, understanding everything through line sequences. So you got your pyramid, right? You got the XD1000, all different intelligence, all communication line signals that are tapped in. So you're always going to see an XD1000 through a point center. So you are the point center, in the center of everything. So you have to understand answering patterns of everything through its XD1000, right? So all this is one question. These aren't questions on questions. Yes, this is different intelligence, but everything is balanced through its atom system. That's how it's allocated through its mainframe. And then it becomes a map sequence level through your perceptions of the divisions, through its coloration, lights, and activation. Okay? So Okay, I appreciate your feedback on my test review. It pushes me more to better. Yeah, you got a lot of archetypes coming in, so it's your mind by. Yep. Psychometry of the marker intelligence. Very good. Mm-hmm. So remember too, it's understanding the psychometry. It goes into your panels and your mainframes and your wire divisions, your electrical systems into your algorithm program to your digital system, right? So in relation, when a human vibration uses this, they use it through the mind of its brain, right? So it's using its brain waves, but it's not communicating with the marker. It's just picking up the marker. And whatever you're illustrating, you're putting something down through hesitation. That's why people wrote things out and they go, oh, wait, that's not right. Right? But when I do something, I know exactly what I'm doing because it's already set. It's already in its division. It's already out of its equation. So it's kind of like you're drawing something from the past and you're coming into the future when it's finished. But it's not finished, it's the beginning. So you're always recycling. You're always reframing. You're always refocusing. You're realigning everything through communication of balance, right? Okay, because you see that people start drawing and they say, okay, now I got to rub that out, and then they go, oh, I got to think of it for a second. Okay, so the brain waves aren't connecting through the mind system, but in the mind system of the spiritual system, it allocates a position because it already understands what's everything through its illustration. It has it already pictured in its mind what it's going to do. So it already knows its map location, what it's going to do through its point division. Okay, so I don't have to think about these things when I do. See that spin? I don't have to think about these things. It's already set in its division. It didn't take me hesitation to draw this out because I know what it is through point division. Once I understand its point division, it comes out of its equation. You can take anything out of its equation. It doesn't have to be anything through security and line defense of objects or places or things or anything through that location. It comes out of its division, right? Now look at it. Look at it. It's a pattern now, right? Now, once it becomes a pattern, you can color it in. This is where it comes into the psychops of awareness of intelligence, right? This is understanding more of yourself when it comes into space of matrix. Anything coloration, shapes, letters, and numbers. I'm just showing you what happens when you create patterns. It's pretty fascinating stuff when you see these things. Okay, I'll just do colorations a bit here so you understand what's going on. I'm just doing a waving pattern through matrix line communication. These are pattern realms of coloration systems. So it's connecting to realm divisions of light activations of line sequencing line systems through communications about gamma signals. Okay, it's coming a pattern, isn't it? Look at that. See? All from tic-tac-toe to point division to a pattern division into matrix location. All right? That's what I'm saying. Line is not a line until it's created. Line becomes something more. That's the psychometry when it comes to its marker division. Hold on a second. Yeah, I know, that's fine. All right. So once you're done the patterns, everything comes into its realization of what you created through the mind system. Okay? All connected through cross-referencing, confusing line signals, point division level systems, pattern divisions, shapes, anomalies through the galaxies, the location of space and time. Right? So everything comes creation, right? No hesitation because you know what you're doing. Do anything. Right? Through its question to its answer. So, anyway, there's a lot to work on through that reference. It's going to help you out more and more for that division. I'm just showing you what you can do through the mind system, through psycho division and psychometric vision. So we'll get into the galactic circle of meditation. If you have questions or comments, you can go through my upgrades. Anybody who wants to understand more and more how to go into more formations of your ascension. So, okay, I stay with the higher self because higher self is everything. We got into that before, right? Higher self of all communication. Okay. So it's higher self of all communication of you, which is a higher self of you. Okay. You. Okay. That's all it is. It's just trying to understand everything through its codes, its answers. Okay. Anything you don't understand, go through my email. Okay. Codes, answers, alignments. Okay. Understanding. There's a lot of things you have to understand when it comes into the higher self. I'd like to help you out and guide you. Understanding codes, answers, and alignments. There's so many things when it comes into the higher self. Higher self you through communications, everything through its interface. Interface is everything to space and time. Okay, interface. All right. So, interrelation, interconnection, interrotation, circulation. This option guides you through communications through your higher self. So, anyway, we'll stop there. I think, did everybody do exceptionally well on the test? I'll keep you informed of what's going on with the next test. It's going to be an illustration. I'll tell you exactly what's going on with your body frames through its communication. So, any questions or comments, you can go through my emails. You can go through my PayPals or donations. Love you guys very much. This is your Ag Commander from Cyberspace Force Team of the Galactic Circle of Meditation. Bye for now, everybody.